Hey everyone, what's going on? This is Will. You're watching Road to Strong, and this is kind of an emergency video regarding the latest and greatest news provided to us by, you know, uh, mass media and small media alike. CNN, BBC, that one fucking blogger that you listen to or watch who doesn't even have a certificate in nutrition uh, and believes in some voodoo homeopathic jargon about toxins and, you know, cleanses. Of course, I am talking about the WHO, the World Health Organization, releasing a pretty big finding that they took across a series of studies, a lot of studies, and found a significant relationship between processed meat and cancer. And they have therefore classified that processed meats like bacon, hot dogs, ham, salami, are carcinogenic, kind of like cigarettes, and car exhaust fumes and the like. And everyone's probably in a big hubbub about this. Vegans and vegetarians are being smug assholes like normal. Well, not all of you, because I know some of you and you're pretty nice guys, pretty nice gals, and you don't usually make it a habit of shoving how much better of a human being that you are being in the rest of our faces. So, thank you. Shout out to my sister and brother-in-law. Kind of. Love you, Chris and Danielle. So, anyways, so the WHO found out that this, across all these studies with all this evidence and all the data that they looked at, that eating processed meats, what was more than like 50 grams a day, will increase your chance of colorectal cancer by 18%. Wow. 18%. Your chance will increase by 18%. At least that's what all the news outlets are saying, right? The problem is, and this comes from personal experience with a number of articles that I've read, along with scientific studies. News editors and reporters and the people who write these things, they're stupid. They are a level of stupid that I can't say that you cannot fathom how stupid they are, because they're about as stupid as everyone is. And the only people that aren't quite as stupid as them are people who have done scientific research themselves, and they understand some of the literature, the verbiage, the numbers, and how the data gets processed. Now, I'm not trying to say that I know this stuff and you don't, but I can say that I do have experience in this. I did work in an FDA regulated, audited health company. The research here is much the same as it is anywhere, and the data that we create and sift through in order to find relationships, causation and correlation is causation. When you hear that correlation is not causation, being able to tell when it is and when it isn't is kind of important, and I've done that kind of stuff before. So I know a little bit on this, a bit more than your average bear, so to speak. And what I'm trying to get at here is that this could be a huge knee-jerk reaction, especially by authors and news reporters, to what is not anywhere near as big a thing as they would like to believe it is, because they want to make a news story out of it, right? It's gaining traction everywhere. It's on every news site now. It's on every blog, food bloggers post. It's now on my blog right now. I'm speaking about it. It's exactly what they want. It's how they get their money. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, so I don't think this is part of one big conspiracy plan. I just think it's a group of people trying to make money, and they're just doing it by making everyone else stupid. Unintentionally. Okay, seriously. Time to get to the reason I'm making this video. So, the number that they're repeating over and over again is 18%. They keep saying that your chance of getting cancer increases by 18%. 18%. It's going up by 18%. It's increasing by 18%. 18%. A lot of us sit there and go, wow, that's almost 20%. That's 1/5. That's 1 in 5. Does that mean if I'm eating processed meats that my chance of getting cancer is 1 in 5? No. No, that's not it. Excuse me. Whew. So, there are a lot of places that you can go online for, all kinds of information. And, the fun thing here is, oh, excuse me, I am not in a good place right now. Maybe it's because I ate some processed meat earlier. Oh, I'm getting the cancer. I don't mean to lessen the impact of cancer. It's a horrible thing. But seriously, you can go online and find all kinds of resources on this type of stuff. And if you go to cancer.org and you look up colon rectal cancer or colorectal cancer. It's cancer of the colon or rectum. It's your intestinal system. So basically what's being said here is that eating red meat is causing some kind of damage to the lining of your intestines, your lower intestines, your small intestines, your large intestines, your rectal area. And that damage is detrimental to the DNA of the cells there, and that can cause cancer. Okay, fine. What am I trying to say? Again, well, all right, so if you go to cancer.org and you look up colorectal cancer, I'm missing an R, colorectal cancer, the baseline chance of you getting cancer, this means in the general population, the entire population, the trend is 5%. 1 in 20 people will get this cancer. I myself am in danger of this cancer. It runs in my family on my father's side, and it's something I need to get checked on periodically. So this is actually important for me. All right, 5%, that is your chance of getting colorectal cancer. So it's increased now by 18%. Now, here's the thing that like I said, these people who are writing these articles are stupid. They don't know what they're saying. I know because when I was providing testimony to a reporter on the EcoHabit house back in college, and then I saw the article later, I realized they minced my words, not to make their story or article any better, but simply because what I said to them didn't make sense to them. And instead of asking me to clarify on it more to the point where they could really understand it, they took what I said and they put it up there and they tried to interpret it with their head, which knew far less about the science that went into the system that I was talking about than my head had, and they got it wrong. And the article was incorrect, factually and verbally. So what happens here is you get some reporter, some people, whether it be the media writer for The Who, and trust me, that is what happens. You have an organization who has scientists and groups of people who speak technical jargon, and then you have the person who's in charge of media, and they're no smarter than the person at CNN or BBC who writes their articles. So they write their little expose on the science and the data that their scientist who knows what he's talking about, instead of having him write it so that no one would understand it. So they try to understand it. They try to write it. They write something that might be completely wrong or misleading. And so you get this article that says that your chance for colorectal cancer increases 18%. What does that mean? The baseline is 5%. Your chance is increased by 18. Now, does that mean that your chance for colorectal cancer go from 5% to 23%? That's significant. That is huge. You suddenly go from 1 in 20 to 1 in 4. That's almost a guarantee that if you eat a lot of red meat and a lot of processed meat with that, you're probably going to end up with colorectal cancer. But we don't know. What is much more likely to be the case is that an 18% increase in your chance of getting this cancer means that you're going from 5%, and that 5% increases 18% of its own value. So that's almost 1/5 of 5. That's almost 1%. So what's much more likely to be the case is that your chance of getting colorectal cancer are going from 5% to 5.9%, which in the grand scheme of percentages doesn't sound like a whole lot. You're going from, if you simplify the math here, 5 out of 100 people, or what is that, 1 in 20 people, up to like 1 in almost 18, less than, even less. And by less I mean more. Like it's somewhere between 1 in 20 and 1 in like 19 and a half. Let's do the math right now. I'll just pull up my calculator on the computer. All right. So 5.9, divide that by 100. That did not work how I expected it to. If I do 5 divided by 100, right, I get 0.05. That doesn't yield me anything. It's 1 a.m. and my head. Math is escaping me right now. It's a fraction. It is a fraction. 5 over 100. What goes into both of them, right? So 6 over 100, what goes into both of them? Well, 3 almost kind of goes into both of them, right? 3 goes to 99. So that's 2 over 33. 2 divided by 33. Yeah, that's our percent. 0.06 is a little bit higher. So that would be 1, 2, and 33. That'd be 1 and 5. 1 and I know 15 is like the quick and easy number, but it's not 1 in 15. It's slightly higher than that. It's 16, a little bit more than 16 and a half. Wow, right? Do 100 divided by 6, I get my fucking fraction. So your chance of getting cancer go from 1 in 20 to about 1 in 16 and a half. And that is pretty significant for a general population, for a general trend. These statistics are kind of weird like that. Does that mean that your individual chance of getting cancer increase? Well, definitively, probably, yeah. By a whole lot? No. So, I mean, it's really up to you. Vegetarians and vegans, especially you smug ones out there, please. Recognize that you really aren't any better than the rest of us. You still live a flawed life. And you don't want to go there with me, I'll tell you. So try not to shove this in any of your non-vegan or vegetarian friends' faces, because they're not going to appreciate it. I can guarantee you that. Maybe you should try inviting them over for dinner one day and cooking them really, really good vegetarian food like my sister and her husband do for me. And that really makes me think about going vegetarian, because I go, man, this food ain't too bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty filling. I know it's healthy for me. That would work a whole lot better than calling them, calling me a shithead for eating pork every once in a while. Okay? So for everyone watching, yeah, is this a bunch of hullabaloo? Kinda, not really. The point I'm trying to get at is 18% is the bigger number, right? If I was to write an article, or if I was trying to convince you of a story, and I said, your chance of getting cancer if you eat processed meat goes from 5 to 5.9, you would look at me and go, why does that matter? Why is that significant? 5 to 5.9 out of 100%, that's tiny. But then if I tell you increase by 18%, suddenly you're scared. Suddenly you're reevaluating your life and how you're going about everything. Suddenly you're listening to me a lot more. That's what I want you to be mindful of here. They're using 18% as a scare grab. It scares you, grabs your attention. They make money from ratings, having you on their site, clicking around, advertising. Ooh. And it goes for any website out there. It costs money to run a website, I guarantee you, even if you're trusting your conspiracy theory, homeopathic, crazy, alternative East-West medicine guy who claims that he's got nothing to gain. He's got plenty to gain if he's running some kind of business, any kind of business, even if he says it's a non-profit charity business, because guess what? People still get paid for running a non-profit. I'm kind of rambling. Again, it's 1 a.m. It's 1 a.m. Trying to check clocks. It's 1 a.m. I should be in bed. I wanted to make this, though, for the impending shitstorm, kind of send people somewhere. So, summary, they say it's 18%. They're probably not talking about anything they even understand, and the scientist is probably seeing this go all over the internet, and they're going, oh my god, he misconstrued everything I said. It's very likely that that's happening. So if it is increasing by 18%, that means that the baseline 5% increases 18%, and it is now 5.9%, almost 6, which means your chance goes from 1 in 20 to 1 in 16.67. If that isn't the case, and the case really is that you're going from 5 up 18 to 23, then it's time to panic. But I don't think that's the case, considering that there are direct quotes from some higher ups at the WHO, the WHO, World Health Organization, once again, who said, don't go crazy. Maybe eat some more vegetables instead of meat more often. Be a bit more moderate in your diet. Don't eat this stuff all the time. Eat it once in a while, in a great while, once a month, once every other month. Don't make it a staple in your diet. Don't be eating this every day. Okay? That's all. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Spread this around, because God knows that you, me, and all of our friends are going to be perpetuating, at least to some degree, this level of nonsense and fear-mongering. And we, as a populace, deserve better. We deserve to be treated with respect, integrity, and with some semblance of intelligence. It's not hard to do some of this math and just figure out that, wow, this isn't quite as drastic as I thought it was. And if you can't, it's your fault. You're stupid, and you should have listened in school when your teacher said that this math would be useful to you one day, and you, with your snotty, stupid-nosed brain, you fucking sat there and went, well, I'm never going to use this in my whole life, and now here you are, babbling on like an idiot. You weren't paying attention back then. Now you're getting played like a sucker. All right? That ain't being strong. This is Road to Strong. It's all about being stronger. Being smart is being strong. All right? I am delirious, and I want to go to bed. Good night. Peace out.